Is perfection hindering greatness? I believe it was Mark Cuban. It was some type of billionaire type. And someone asked them, what's the biggest hindrance or the biggest mistake that entrepreneurs make? Or, budding entrepreneurs or whatever. And I believe he said that perfectionism was one of the biggest problems. Now, it's kind of interesting because it's one of those things where excellence can absolutely be a competitive advantage. So if my work is excellent and my competitors is shoddy, it gives me opportunity in the marketplace that I would not have otherwise, right? I think one of the keys is to be very, it may be that most businesses have an area or two where perfectionism is a key part of their value proposition. So if, let's say I have a marketing agency and the whole premise of my agency, let's say, is, really great copywriting. So the words are beautiful, they're precise, they convey emotion, they're persuasive. So if I do, I run paid ads and I do, graphic design and blah blah blah. So let's say I do all these services, but the thing I really push is the fact that my copywriting is absolutely top tier. So if that's what I push, being perfectionistic in my copy may actually be appropriate. So it may be appropriate to have a few areas in your business where you are absolutely persnickety, nitpicky, and perfectionistic in what you do. I think the challenge is, especially for business owners who are hyper aware of quality and of their reputation, and they're kind of obsessed with being the absolute best, is I think it can create a hindrance to where going back to the example, let's say if I apply that same level of obsession to what I name the campaigns inside an ad campaign, and the end user never sees it, my customer probably never sees it, but I see it, and the organization. And if the customer in theory would look inside his ad account, he would see how I had named the ads. If I apply that same level of perfectionism as I do to the copywriting to the names of my ad campaigns, that's just productivity drag. That's just operational drag there, basically. So my competitor, let's say, who is not wasting time thinking of the exact best words for his ad campaign names, he can go on to the next job and make more money because he's not obsessed with it. So it's really being really smart, I think, about choosing the things that you obsess over and realizing that most businesses are not going to be able to obsess over everything. If you obsess over everything, essentially you probably don't have an efficient business that's going to make you much money. So finding the right things to obsess over, consistently obsessing over them, and then either reach a level of mastery to where obsession doesn't require as much effort because it's very dialed in, or you just stay obsessed there because that's what your business is all about, and you are very intentional about the fact that everything else in your business is probably going to be about 80%. It's going to be very good work done, but it's not going to be absolute tippy tip of the top tier of work, because otherwise you couldn't make money and stay in business to serve your customers or whatever the ramifications might be. So 80-20, pick your battles, pick them wisely, fight the battles that you do pick, fight them really hard, and the other ones, fight them well, but not to the detriment of your business.